Hey, did you know that Two Girls Shooting the Shit is on Instagram and Facebook? We'd love to hear your feedback, episode suggestions, or just chat with you about life. So follow, comment, and share.
Ooh, this is embarrassing. Oh my God, I went to Barcelona and met this guy. He was totally drunk, went and puked, and then came back. And I'm like, oh yeah, let's make out. Ooh. And
Ew, girl.
it was a pandemic. I had no idea.
Oh my gosh. Lord, you need a chaperone.
Hey girl.
Hey Mo, how are you?
Fabulous. How are you?
Fabu fabu.
Ah,
You on the beach?
I am. I'm living my best life on the beach. The best way to
Oh,
be.
I miss the
With no
beach.
people. I just went to the beach. It was nice. Ugh. And just
Yes.
get like a free energy, burst of energy. It was great.
Something about the smell of the beach gets me going. Like
Mm-hmm.
I love like when you get off the freeway or wherever you're coming from and you roll the windows down, you can smell it. Oof.
Yeah.
That's like energizing for me.
And it was nice. It wasn't too full. It was in Jersey Shore, so it wasn't too
Ooh,
far away.
Jersey. Jersey.
Jersey. And it was
Uh-oh.
just so peaceful. You could hear the waves crashing. Oh my
Oh.
God, this idiot.
Uh-oh.
He threw paint on my wall.
You're like, oh, it's so peaceful. This idiot.
Yeah, it was peaceful. I got a lot of vitamin D. I
Yeah,
needed
get that
that.
D.
Right? Needed that vitamin D.
Yes. Ooh, I love it. I love it.
So, what
So,
are we talking about today?
why don't we have some questions? I mean, you know, do a little chit chat, shoot the shit on some questions.
Oh, yes. This is Modern Love. They have a
Ooh,
show on Amazon if you haven't heard it. This is the New York Times and they have
modern love.
yeah, they have a series or whatever it's called Modern Love and we're looking at this article called The 36 Questions That Lead to Love. And I wonder why. First of all, I don't really know what love is, so I don't
I
know what
want
they
to know
mean.
what love is.
I want to know.
I want you. Okay, I'm not sure.
Just
I
talk
don't.
about
Yeah.
love.
Oh my
All right.
gosh.
So we're just gonna go through some questions, y'all, and
So these
shoot the
questions
shit.
are
Ain't
things you're
nobody
supposed
listening,
to.
no way.
I know, right? Where'd you all go? So these so these are questions that you should at some point ask a potential partner to get to know them better, or like what's the premise, like what's the base, what are we doing, what is
It
it?
says the idea is that mutual vulnerability fosters closeness. To quote the study's author, one key pattern associated with development of a close relationship amongst peers is sustained, escalating, reciprocal personal self-disclosure. Allowing oneself to be vulnerable with another person can be exceedingly different. So this exercise forces the issue. Well, we don't have that issue. But hey, we could be
I
vulnerable with
know.
these two listeners. Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. You ready? Bunk, bunk,
Yeah, we
bunk,
just gonna hop around, what are
bunk.
we doing?
Yeah, let's just start with the first
Okay,
one. Set
okay.
one. Given
Ooh,
the given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? And it doesn't say living or dead, so I don't know. You can do whatever. Oh, you look like you already have one prepared.
I don't have one prepared, but I know of someone who I'm currently obsessed with that I would
Who?
love to have over for dinner. Dan Levy.
Who's that?
He's from Schitt's Creek, the show you haven't watched.
Oh yeah. I tried to
um,
watch it. I did.
I just think he's fascinating. He's funny. He's extremely handsome to me. And I don't know. Like I feel like he has like a good aura, a good vibe about him. Um, and the show, yeah. I mean, you gotta watch the show. But here's
Yeah, I
oh,
can't get into it.
really? I love it.
Yeah, it just seems so corny, like a farce. So,
Or something random. Maybe not him, but like just off the wall. I think it's like Chelsea Handler used to do on her show, like dinners with like she would pick like random people. There'd be a
hmm
theme like music. I think the music one she had Wiz Khalifa, Shania Twain, Jill Scott, Common, and the lead singer of Imagine Dragons. So it's just a mix,
hmm
like, and you just get to know people. And so I love that. I would love to just have just random people. I don't even care. How about you?
That sounds fun. I mean, I don't really care.
Yeah.
I feel like I would want an exorcist to exorcise the demon of me wanting a
What?
dinner, wanting a certain dinner guest that's just inappropriate, and you know what I'm talking about. I just don't get it. I need an
Uh,
exorcist. Yeah, I
pick
would like to have dinner.
pick someone's brains.
I would like someone to just come and just like, suck out my soul and then, have some appetizers.
Are you speaking like literally or
Yeah, girl.
figuratively?
These people get paid out here. They take the demon out of you, man. They need this
Really?
demon exercise, man.
So there's no one person, like if I said Mo, anybody you want is coming over, fully catered vegan meal. Who would you want sitting across the table? Just who would be
That
fun?
exorcist. That exorcist.
Oh my gosh, girl! I need a young
Yeah.
priest and an old priest. Ooh, that's scary.
Ooh, said too. I'm jumping around. You can jump around too.
Yeah, go jump around.
That too. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
Ooh.
So,
You know how I feel about psychics and all that kind of.
I would like to know who my birth father is. That would really help me find out who my relatives are. I keep finding people and writing them on Instagram and they're just ignoring me. So I don't know what to do. And I don't know whose
That's-
side they are or anything, you know?
And just following leads to see where they take you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I like to
Super sleuth.
They're probably
Yeah.
like, how you find me on Instagram? What the hell?
That would be good. We still need to do an episode about like your journey through this because I mean I don't even know how you.
I don't feel like
find
it.
people. Fine, you don't have to do what you don't want to do. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'm curious. I have a lead, but we got to do the 23andMe. But it's just like I can't go walking around to people. Hey, you know, take a DNA.
You my daddy?
Is you my daddy?
I'm that baby's daddy.
What about you?
I don't know that I'd want to know the future.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
I
I
don't
don't
believe in
want to
that.
know that, but I'd like to know that I made the right choices.
Hmm.
Maybe that's just always my second guess because I second guess like, did I do the right thing here? Should I have gone here? Should I have gone to law school? Should I have gone this? So did I make the right choices? I don't know. I can't really think of any one specific thing I'd want this crystal ball to like shed light on.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think you made the right choices. You're here. So there you go.
Hmm.
Ooh, this is hard. I don't think I have an answer for this one. What is the greatest accomplishment of your life? You know what the greatest accomplishment of my life is? Being right here, right now, and alive.
Alive.
Okay? Shit, that ain't easy. Ain't nobody want to be here. Shoot.
Earth is ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Every day I wake up is an accomplishment.
I don't have anything on that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like generic people be like, "Oh, my children." I didn't
Yeah.
accomplish that.
Right? It's like that. I feel like these questions actually would probably make me hate anyone who answered them.
Or
based
just
on
like,
the way
what are
that-
you just sitting there like?
Yeah, I'm like, you low
Like, hey.
vibing. Yeah. Like, this is not some kind of shit. Like, and he goes, that time I won the basketball game in the minor leagues. No.
Okay, Al Bundy,
That's Al Bundy, all he ever talked about.
high school football, or something. Share with your partner or me, your friend.
You're
your
my
in
partner.
crime,
Yeah.
An embarrassing moment in your life.
Gosh, we have too many. What's a good one? Share with your partner an embarrassing moment in your life. Well, I don't know if you saw my most recent post, but that's been something that I've been talking about. I feel like people try to use shame and embarrassment as a way to control or manipulate people. So I try to just be out, open with people. But I don't know. Like I have so many.
I do too. I'm awkward.
I know. Oh, this is a fun one. When I was in New York, it wasn't embarrassing. It was just kind of like funny because it just shows how people treat people differently for no reason. And a friend of mine had a boot on her foot. You may have heard this story. We were at this bar called Puck Fair that doesn't even exist anymore. It was like a regular hangout. We'd go get those curry fries and drinks.
Yes.
And we'd go there on like Fridays. And we were sitting there. We had seats at the bar, which on a Friday, that was, that was
real
high-end real estate right there.
Yes.
And we had gotten up to take some pictures. We were talking to random people. It was just one of those kind of places. And this guy sat in my friend's seat. And I said, "Excuse me, my friend has a boot. Can you get out of her seat?"
She got a boot.
And he said, he looked at me and he was like, "I'm sorry, sweetheart." And I was just like, "That was fucking Dennis Quaid." And I was like, the only reason and I'm like, I don't think I appreciated his height. Like, I didn't realize how short he was because I had only seen him with the Sharks in LA. Like, we used to go watch his concerts because they were free in LA. And so I always saw him on stage. And so,
Taller.
yeah, he seemed taller. He was like my
He
height,
short?
maybe. Yeah, he was like my
He's
height, or maybe
little?
a little taller. I'm like, let me Google it. Was that really Dennis
He's
Quaid?
little?
Yeah, not little. I mean, he was an average size. I don't know what an average guy's height is.
Like 5'10", 5'11", average? I don't know.
Well, 6 feet it says.
They lying.
Yeah, maybe that wasn't him, but it was a
You're
lookalike
pretty
man.
tall, though.
Yeah, but I'll never forget that. I was like, what the hell? Because he was
That's not
like, I'm sorry,
embarrassing, though. Is
sweetheart.
that embarrassing?
Well, for other people, like it would be.
You're like, not for me.
I was fine with it. They were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you said that to him."
Look
Oh,
how careful it
this
is.
is a fun one. Oh my god, I
Okay.
forgot. This is a good one. And I was, oh my gosh, this was a good one. This was in law school. It was I was in a con law class, and the professor was going around asking questions about some note case nobody read. And she'd gone to the first person, the person didn't leave. I mean, didn't read. And she went to the second person, they didn't read it. She went to the third, they didn't read. Then she came to me, and I'm like, I didn't read it. And then she got mad and walked out. I'm like, that's some baby behavior, first of all. Like, who walks out? Like, that's just like
She was probably like, you're wasting my time, so I'm going to leave.
yeah, that's just very childish behavior. Nobody reads note cases most of the time. Of course, the following class, everybody had read the note case.
Yeah.
But it was so funny. We were in the bathroom, and this girl was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe they could have gone on and didn't read the notes class." And I'm just like, if that's your biggest trouble, girl, I wish I had your life. I'm like, I didn't see my mom die. Like, I didn't see some
Fragile.
stuff.
Fragile.
Y'all fragile. Like, that is nothing. Like, a notes case. Like, I can see if
Or just anything. Like, it's school. Like, the
Yeah.
whole purpose is to make you embarrassed and feel, knock you down a little. That's what I feel. Like, they put you on the spot trying to get
Yeah. And
you
it was
on your
Socratic.
toes.
It was Socratic method, and people would always be like, "Gosh,
Yeah.
you get called on all the time. Like, how are you doing?" Like, there was a torts class, and I was doing all these math I don't know. It was like, I'm telling you, it was like some spirits came in because I'm like, I don't
The ancestors brought you
Right?
because it was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't know this.
like, what the hell? How am I making sense with whatever I'm saying? Wait, oh yeah, like Civ Pro was. I still think of Civ Pro a lot. I think I would like that. So we'll see. But yeah, that was embarrassing. Like that. I mean, it wasn't embarrassing. I don't know. I have to think on something that's like embarrassing for me versus making other people cringe in my presence. You
Like
know, because
embarrassing
that's
cringeworthy type stuff.
because it's like it's embarrassing for them, but they're projecting their embarrassment onto me.
Yeah. I just do stupid stuff. Like one time, like when I was in college, it was my freshman year, and I just started talking to this guy, and I don't know, I was very like dorky and inexperienced, and he came over. I had a loft bed, so I was sitting up on the loft eating Skittles, and he was sitting in my desk chair below, and my roommate was there. We were just kind of hanging out, and I was eating the Skittles, and I leaned over to say something, and I just drooled all out my mouth, Skittle juice all over him, and I was like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing. You know, when you're first getting to know somebody, you imagine just spitting all over somebody?
Yeah.
No? That's not embarrassing?
I don't
18.
find. I'm trying
Girl,
to think. I'm like, did I do
At
something?
18.
Yeah, we were so young. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
and
sure
I was
there
like,
were things that
"Ah."
at the time I was embarrassed, but like now,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's life. If this is what you're making judgment values
Yeah, I
on,
don't care
based
now.
on people, fuck y'all. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's something about peeing in the street or something, something like
Oh.
that. The usual. Like, I can't think of anything that's.
Ha! Before
What was
making a
that?
telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I hate talking on the phone. I hate people genuinely.
I just don't pick up the phone. Like, if you're calling me, like, don't.
And then I try to. I hate people, and I hate the way they like ask follow-up questions. So I try to find a way. I'm like, how can I say this where they don't keep asking me follow-up questions? How can I give them all of the information that they need?
ABG.
Yes, that's me. I know I do a rap before. Let me stop. What about you?
Yeah. Or this is how bad I am because I'm weird and I will forget words. Like just I get like
Yeah.
I don't know how to speak, and this happens in person too, where
Same.
it's like I know I'm intelligent, I know I'm
Yeah.
articulate. Why can I
Same.
not speak while I'm having dinner with people? Like it's just really
Yeah.
weird.
It's like I'm not
So
moved. I'm not moved to speak. The
or
words
like
just.
my mouth is not, yeah, my mouth doesn't want to participate.
You
My
know
body's
that.
saying no.
Yeah.
Like, why did you bring me here? So sometimes I'll write down key points that I want to make sure I tell somebody, or answers to questions that I think they're going to ask. How dorky is that?
Oh, that's
But
real
yeah,
prepared.
so yeah, that's, I still mess it up too. So I don't know. Oh,
Dang.
would you like to be famous? And in what way?
I used to want to be famous, but I realized that was my codependency. And it was like, I'm going to show everyone, I'm going to become somebody. Until I realized, like
You are
Jesse
already
Jackson
somebody.
said, I am somebody.
There you
So I don't
go.
know if I want to be famous, but I do want to reach people and help people. And which way, I don't know. I'm working on that now, trying to figure out. But I don't need to be famous. I can be happy as long as I make I got to make money to live, as long as I make a little
Right.
bit of bucks coming in, doing something I love and helping people and reaching people, then that's all I care about.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a desire to be famous. Like I don't need to
Yeah.
be known. Like
Sounds stressful.
I don't need all those people looking at me. Like I wanted to
Yeah.
be successful, but
Yeah.
not famous. Like I don't need the celebrity value
Yeah,
of
exactly. I don't
famous.
need that. That's a
No,
demigod kind of thing, and I don't want to.
that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be good at whatever I sought out to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's the true fame is if you're doing something.
Fame.
Ooh. Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristics of your partner. Ooh, share a total of 5 items.
Ooh.
Oh, that's hard. Let's see. That's not really hard with you though.
Oh, look at
We got it
you! Stop complimenting
together.
me.
Biatch. Okay, let's skip that
Uh,
one. Ooh, these are
ooh.
good. If you were going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for him or her to know. We're already close friends, but
I mean, you know all the things.
yeah, I feel like that's important. Like, if I were just getting to meet someone, I think it's important for them to know that I appreciate like open communication. Like, that's important. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't, a lot of guys especially, just can't even write a sentence. So, how are you going to go from expressing how you feel if you can't even write a sentence? So, honestly, I'm at the point, I don't even know if I like dudes. I don't even know if I like humans. Like, I mean, or any animals. I'm just over it. Like, people just are
So you're
insufferable.
gonna meet somebody. Say you do meet somebody just randomly. You're like, I just want you to know. The most important thing you need to know about me is I don't like anything
Yeah, I
or
don't like
anybody.
you.
I
I'm just
don't like
kidding.
you, but we can hang out.
But
How's that gonna go?
I just like honest people, like authentic people, and it's so rare. What does honest, authentic mean? Just being able to be yourself
Real. Yeah.
without a fear of repercussion. Don't do it because you think that I expect you to do it because you think that I want some
You can
outcome.
tell that right away. I
Yeah.
feel like you can tell when people are trying to please you. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
hate
Like,
that. And that's how you get if you're in a desperate place, and I can't say that I haven't been before, but if you're in a desperate place where you want that pleasing or whatever, it's easy. That's how people manipulate people. It's a common thing. And so
mm,
it's like that's why I'm like I got to please myself. But now I'm just so agitated because once you start looking at yourself, it's hard not to look at other people too and to say, where are you in your life journey? Are you about the bullshit? Are you about being real and authentic to yourself, your spirit, your soul? Like you're not about pettiness. I mean, I'm gonna always be petty till I die. I'm petty for life. But yeah, just like open communications, like
we go put that on
how
a
are you?
t-shirt,
If
a
you
bumper
feel
sticker. Petty for life.
petty for life, I'm spiritual, but I'm petty for life.
Oh
Yeah.
no. I think
Like, don't be
I
playing
like
games with me, man.
I would say in the past it was always important for me to share that my family was a huge part of my life. So
Mm.
no matter where this is going, what we're doing, like you better be good with if you don't get along with my family, this isn't going anywhere. Like
Yeah.
if we don't gel, like come into the family, no.
Yeah.
And that means respect for my family, respect for the culture too, which has been difficult thing at times, you know? So, I mean, like, whatever it is that's important in
But
my
I feel like
culture.
that's part of the basics again. Like,
You would think,
why would you date someone who's disrespecting your family? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's
or
like,
just like, I'm not trying to eat that food. I'm like, you better
yeah,
pony up to the table and eat it. You don't have any dietary restrictions. You don't have any
yeah,
whatever. You're just saying, I'm not
that's the
about, you know?
judgment. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
like that. Like,
So I'm
closed-minded.
good. I'm good.
Yeah, I agree. But see, that's a indicator of something deeper again. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be overanalyzing because for me, it's like, okay, it's not just you don't like the food. Like, it's a deeper issue. You have a lack of respect. For people, like
Or
you're
you're
not
not really
open.
about it for me. If you're not
Yeah.
interested in knowing what I love and who I am, then you're
Yeah.
not about it for
It's like
me.
those people who travel and always want to eat at, like Burger King or something. That ain't culture.
Do it for the culture. What do you value most in a friendship? Communication,
Right? It's the
respect of
same.
bound. Yeah, it's all the same. Dang.
What's your most treasured memory? Mine is I'll never forget, and I'm sure I'm probably embellishing now because I don't really, I mean, it was ages ago. I was maybe 4 or 5 years old. We were living in Germany somewhere on a military base, and it was the time when kids could go play alone, and we were playing after a rain, and we just started running. We saw a rainbow, so we just ran as far as we could.
Oh, that is so sweet and innocent. I can't
Yeah,
even.
right. And we ran as far as we could until we got to this fence that had like artillery trucks and stuff, so we couldn't go any farther. And it was just like
Oh,
in my mind, that's where the rainbow ended. I didn't really appreciate that,
oh,
but it was just like. And I was really like, that, like, you like, oh, I'm finna get this pot of gold. Oh, we finna come up. It's just
that
such a
is so
precious, yeah,
sweet.
it's a precious memory.
Oh, I don't know. I do have a picture that I see all the time, and it's of my daughter in like rain gear, and she's all wet, and she had just come
Oh,
inside from being outside. And it's my husband went away on a work trip. I was pregnant with my second, and she was maybe like 3, and we had to walk the dog and do all the stuff. And so we went. It was just, I don't know. It just reminded me of like slower, simpler times, and just
mm-hmm.
how like anything would light her eyes up. Like anything that we did, like as long as we did it together, she was my little homie. Like we did everything together.
Oh,
So
roll dog.
yeah, so I just remembering my husband used to travel a lot for work, and I was pregnant. I don't know, just doing. Like I felt like it was, just doing life, but like it was enjoyable and less stressful, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. So that just reminds me of like the early, people always say, oh, you remember when you were broke and down and out when you first started out, like it was
Yeah.
one of those memories of just the beginnings, like,
Uh,
but I don't have any childhood. Like that's so weird. I can't even think of, I don't remember my childhood.
if you could, speaking of childhood, if you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be? I know for me, I would have more communication. Like I'm all about communication. Like I would have it more where things were explained and people use words and yeah, just more
People talk to
talking.
me.
Yeah, more
Like,
talking, more talking, more explaining life or asking questions, learning about me, explaining life changes and things that would happen in life, like more communication, I think. More verbal communication.
I can't even think about that because I don't know that I would have wanted that extra communication. Like I can't even envision what that would have been like. I feel like it was pretty stable growing up. The one thing I always wanted was a sister. I always wanted more siblings.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't. That sounds so like not deep. So if we're trying to get to know each other better, I'm not telling you any big whatevers, but just yeah, I don't know.
All right, something to think on.
Yeah, I
Uh,
guess.
we already said, would you like to be famous?
Mm-mm.
If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, what would you
Ooh.
want? The body? I don't want no 30-year-old mind. That's not even fully developed yet, is it?
I would take the body too.
Yeah.
I would take the body. I mean, at 90, I'm hoping I'm still sharp. But at least I'll be
Yeah.
looking cute. Is that shallow?
No, that's not shallow to me. Why would I want a 30-year-old mind? Especially having been 30 and now being 40 and the things I learned, like
But
the
at
bullshit.
90, like what if you get like dementia or what if you get like
Give me my
Alzheimer's?
dementia. I'd rather have dementia than to be in my 30-year-old brain.
I'm just praying I live to 90. I don't care what my body looks like. You
I
know,
mean,
I'm kind of thinking
I'm taking it one day at a time.
I'm just trying to see grandbabies, my kids, you know.
Oh, now they're saying even you're 40. Okay, this is probably all BS anyway about your brain development. Now it's saying even in your 40s.
What are three things that we have in common?
What are three things that we have in common? I don't know if we have anything in common. We went to law school. Like we have those kind of things. We worked in the same place. Like as personality wise, I don't know if we have anything in common. We like to cook.
We like to eat.
We date white dudes. You're married one.
We about like, so is that like a preference for you, or is that all that's coming for you, or is that all your experience? Like what?
Girl,
like,
oh my
what's
God,
up
I gotta
with that?
send you. I gotta send you this YouTube, man. And it was like all these black men and these white women looking any kind of way. And the
Are you
woman was
having issues?
just go. I can't. I've
Like,
never been able to meet black guys. I mean, I'm open
really?
to it. Yeah, I'm open to it, but I've never been able to. I guess maybe I'm too awkward or what. So honestly, I've talked to mostly Jewish white guys, strangely
Yeah.
enough,
No, I know that.
because
Yeah.
they've been the ones who talked to me. Like honestly, it's just all it is. I'm just responding to people. I try to like. Even the last guy I reached out to directly was a white guy, but because he matched with me and we seem to have stuff in common. But then I don't even think he wrote back. I'm like, I can't do that. It's not in my soul to write a guy first. And we were just talking about that. The Joshua Jackson, his wife proposed to him.
Mm-hmm. We talked about it on the live. Yeah.
And I'm just like, why do the black, and then Cameron and whatever on Love is Blind, she said, I love you first. It's like the black woman always has to be put out there. It's like, I don't want to set that up.
So then, do you want to be like? Do you want to be pursued? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like, if you do not like the idea of proposing, I don't like that either. Like, I'm not gonna propose to
Yeah.
some dude. Like, if you don't like the idea of proposing or taking the first step or being the
I've done it
aggressor-
before. Yeah,
Right,
I've
but
done
it's
it
not
before. It's just
something
not
that
my
you enjoy.
natural, and it's not something
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah. So you want to be pursued. You want.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's just something innate, and
Yeah.
most
You're a
guys
woman.
operate in that ego level anyway, and so me coming at you is going to be, and so somebody made a good point. She said to open the door, so you kind of like,
Ooh, look at you! You moved your shoulders like you about to
Yeah.
open something. Mm.
she said, open the door, and so I'm like, yeah, like being receptive, because I know
Yeah.
I probably came off as a little closed off, but I know right before the pandemic, everybody was coming up and talking to me, and then we got a pandemic, but it was weird.
Me.
But it was weird. It was like a lot of young guys too, and then they would give me their number, and like, okay, is this a game? Like, don't waste my time. And then
Why are you
so young,
second
and I
guessing it
didn't-
already?
Because I would call them back, and I wouldn't hear from them. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not second guessing.
Oh,
And
I didn't know
so-
that you had called. I thought you were
Yeah.
like, what is this?
No.
Because your man could be young.
Yeah. Oh
knock
no.
it.
I told a young guy I liked him too, and he was like, "Ooh, not today." So like, I've tried all different ages.
I wish we were closer. I'd want to go out with you and see like
Yeah.
what's going on. Like what's it like?
And right before the pandemic, like I said, like people were coming up and talking to me. Like I was always meeting people out. I went, ooh, this is embarrassing. Oh my God, I went to Barcelona and met this guy. He was totally drunk, went and puked, and then came back. And I'm like, oh yeah, let's make out. Ooh.
Ew, girl.
And it was a pandemic. I had no idea.
Oh my gosh. Lord, you need a chaperone. Let me come chaperone. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I feel like this isn't cool. Like there's got to be.
Yeah, I don't
You're
know.
open.
I mean,
You're open.
I'm definitely open.
The
Like every time,
chocolate.
like I feel like when black guys get to my level,
What's
which
my
sounds
level? What you
bougie.
talking about? Yeah, what does that
or
mean?
just that you're cultured, you're out here, you're educated, you have a lot of friends and everything, they think they're too good
Yeah.
for a
Yeah,
black
yeah,
woman
yeah.
at that point. Yeah,
I see you. That sucks.
it does.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I might not even like guys. Like I just want to try it out. Can I try it? For a few months.
What is see I have this is totally we're going somewhere else, but whatever.
But the spirit
always-
moves you.
Woo! I did have an issue with that, like especially when I was in college and in my 20s, seeing black men date white women. not necessarily other races, but white women. And I don't know, like, I don't have that feeling anymore, obviously.
Yeah.
I
It
don't.
was just two-faced for me. Like I grew up in the military, so all my friends' moms were white. Like it was so common. All my,
Yeah.
I got nieces and nephews with white moms. Like it's
Mixed
nothing to
race.
me. Yeah, like I don't care. It's just like for me on a micro level as a human
As you
being
are
out here
dating.
trying to
Yeah.
mate and date and all this stuff.
Mate and date.
That's my human. What do you call it? Go out there, go forward, and like calling. Like I don't. I do think about it, but then I'm like, I may not even like the guys because I'm such an awkward woman, that, it may not vibe. I've only dated like engineers and weird white guys. Like that's pretty much all I've dated. So, and physicists. Like how
Yes,
weird.
I remember that.
Yeah, like how weird is that?
Super brainy, geeky guys. Nerds are hot.
I love me a nerd.
Uh-huh.
And people can't believe it. Then they hear, I'm like, I never kissed a black guy. They're like, what? You never kissed a black guy? This is unacceptable. I'm like,
You need to just go to, well, yeah, we in a pandemic.
we in a pandemic. I'm telling you, the pandemic ruined everything. So now I'm just, I'm open. I don't really care at this point. Can you read? Can you write? How is your soul?
How is your soul? Can you read? Can you write?
If you see, girl, you see these texts. Don't act like you don't see.
I know.
These
Oh, it's so bad.
apps.
That's
And
I
half
have
of
a
them
serious
are fake, I think.
I have a serious problem with that though. Like I feel like, and maybe this is something that Black women experiences. I've put so much work into myself. I am educated. I'm articulate. I try to lead with a intelligent, my best foot forward type thing. And you're coming at me with text speak. Like
and it's like, how do you have the audacity? And then I think, am I being bougie? Like, no, like.
But then it's also an expectation. Like on that list, if you've written it, wherever it is, wherever mine is, education, I'm sure is on there. Like, and it's not to say that you're less than if you don't have X, Y, and Z education.
Yeah, because I don't care about a degree. Like, if you out here started your own business, running your own shit, doing your own thing, obviously you have that intelligence. It's right. Something that
just don't be ignorant. Just don't come and be ignorant. Yes.
And don't play like I'm not into the games, the baby games, childish games, and I'm not gonna sit here and feel insecure or low self-esteem because of you. Like, no, I'm not. I'm too old for that.
I wish people would understand that too. And it's at a certain point, it's tired.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like I'd rather not deal with any of this and just be fine in my day to day than
right. I'm comfortable. Like, life is comfortable. I have everything I need. My life is comfortable.
That's threatening. I think that's threatening to a man though.
Yeah.
To not be needed. Like, you don't need anybody. So for some men who are like, they want to fill that role. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, so you're saying you're not enough, that I have to need you in order for you to feel sufficient in the relationship? Like, of course I'm going to need you in some way, but I won't need you to survive. I didn't need you to survive. Like,
what's that?
It's an ego thing.
That quote is I need you because I love you. I don't love you because I need you.
Yeah. Like, I don't want, that comes from lack. That comes from a place of scarcity and lack. And I don't like those conditional types of things. Like, that's why I try not to go off of looks. Of course, looks initially, we all go off of looks, but it's like things are deeper than that. You could get in an accident tomorrow and mangle yourself. Like
stop.
Don't
talk like that. Our track record.
Not you. Because that's the thing. Like, I don't even know. I was thinking about it. Like, consider myself Q for questioning. But I don't know if I'm really questioning or if I'm just like...
Is that what the Q stands for?
It could be queer or questioning.
Queer? I thought it was queer. Okay.
And it's like, I like male energy, I would say. It doesn't have to be attached to a male body. But I like male energy, and that's all I'm around. I've gone on the, what do you call it? The, like, adding women to match or something like that. And it's usually people I would never talk to. And it's like...
In what way? What do you mean?
Just the whole...
vibe?
I don't want to say Karen, but it's just like people I would never tell. Like, why are you talking to me, man?
Like the ones that are attracted to you, the women that are attracted to you.
Middle-aged older white ladies, or
divorced ladies who have come to some
Or
awakening.
like, or a sister who's like something's off. You can tell something's off, and she has like a bunch of selfies and stuff. I don't know. I can't describe
Ooh.
it. It's like not for
I know
me,
what I
man.
get what you say. You mean about the like I find women attractive,
Hmm.
um, especially like not butch women, but like Ruby Rose, like
Oh
feminine,
yeah,
like
she's beautiful.
androgynous,
Yeah, I like
like
that
I
look.
like yeah, like can't really you don't know, but you're
But Rachel
pretty
Maddow's
and
still
you got a
my
vibe. Yes,
yeah.
like that.
That
Whew.
BDE, they got that BDE. I like that
Yes,
swag.
yes. But
Yeah.
there's something soft about them too. Like
Hmm.
there's it's everything you could ever think you would need in one person,
Yeah.
almost.
I'm open to
But
trans men, trans women.
I like
Like,
men. You're open to
yeah.
love.
Yeah, I'm open to some good vibes, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been there playing games expecting to be like, how dare he not read my mind? Couldn't he read my mind? What an asshole.
I feel like we all been there.
Yeah.
Not knowing how to communicate, expecting
Mm.
people to yeah.
And feeling not enough and like putting my own personal value in the what value others placed on me.
This was
Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die? No. I ain't trying to manifest that.
yeah. I do, but I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't think about that. I ain't trying to think about
I
it.
have lots of
Beam me
fears
up in my
though.
sleep.
I have lots of fears
Yeah, why do you think that is?
because I have children now. I just
Yeah, that's
I have fears that I never had before having children, like going in to get procedures done, or like I have a surgery coming up that you and I've talked about, and I'm just like
yeah.
you know, I can't die.
Yeah.
So
I know, and I
you
feel
know,
sometimes I wonder about that. Am I giving out the wrong energy? Because I'm always like, beam me up, beam me up. But if I had kids, I want to live, to make sure that they
to be
are
there for them as
alive.
much,
Yeah.
to care for them.
Maybe they could get beamed up too. We can just go to another planet.
Oh, no, that Jim Jones. What was I watching?
Kool Aid. I feel like those people were smart. Those Nike Hellbop.
Oh, Heaven's Gate. I wonder about that because I mean we talked about it on the live too, but that series explained on Netflix. There was one on cults,
Oh
and I
yeah.
watched that, and I'm just like, I don't know how. I totally see how it's possible to get swept up in one. I don't know that I would. I guess I don't know, but to the point where you would die
Yeah. I can't imagine
as a
that. Like the
yeah.
idea of a cult sounds good. Like, I would love to have my vegan commune, but an actual cult is always like some egotistical
There's like a
narcissist or something
messiah.
related.
There's a
Yeah.
yeah
Yeah, that's
yeah
the difference. And these people have no self identity, very highly codependent people. And so that's how
yeah.
they take advantage.
I
Like,
just
I could
and
never.
as
Because
a
I'd be like,
mom,
who you talking to?
but as a mom, I was watching. They were talking about the Jim Jones stuff, and they were in wherever they were. I forgot what island
Wasn't
or
that a bunch of black
country.
people too?
It was no. They were talking about how it was just a whole bunch
Guyana
of
or something?
people. Yeah, a whole bunch of people who wanted a utopia, and it was amazing because at that time it was very diverse. It was all races, all types of people, and they were living in this utopia. They thought, and I guess
What if this was a setup? Like, yeah, why did they kill themselves? Like, what happened?
this people were coming for them. I think to try to like coming for Jim Jones. I think
Oh, okay.
a senator from California came. He ended up getting killed there. Um, and Jim Jones was saying told everybody if they're coming for me, I'm gonna die. We can all go together to the next place.
Mm.
To, come with me. And they were so into him, that they followed him and they took the kids off and they killed the kids first. And
They
it's like
killed the kids. Oh
yeah, they,
man.
they they shot the kids in the mouth with the whatever they were drinking, and so the
Uh,
parents, your kids, I gotta go too. Like it was a
yeah.
way of,
Were
and
there
just
any survivors?
there were people who were away from the camp. Yeah, so there was like
Uh,
a woman that was talking about it, and she's like, I hate how they always say Jim Jones and 700 and however many people. No, it's those people, and then there was this guy named Jim. Like these
mhm.
people matter. It wasn't about. It shouldn't be about him, even though that's the reason everybody was
But they
like,
did it. They killed themselves. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Like how
yeah,
lost can you be that you're gonna kill? I mean, I am judging, I guess, but it's
yeah.
sad. Like how
Those
lost can you
images
be?
though, they're like heartbreaking.
Yeah,
You just see
all laying
bodies,
down. Yeah.
just bodies everywhere, and it's whew, I don't know. I don't know.
Sometimes I feel
And
like, is
peer
that to scare
pressure.
people? Yeah.
I mean,
Peer
just
pressure,
if
shame, insult. What is it? Shame, insults, guilt, fear, like all these kind of tactics people use for peer
but if
pressure.
everybody around you is doing it, you know, and they've somehow already killed your children.
Yeah,
You're
I
probably in
mean,
such an emotional state where you're just like,
you want to die anyway, beam me up.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
mean, there were a lot of black people in that too, which
Yeah.
is I was shocked to see because you don't usually hear about blacks. I mean, I don't know if it's a thing and just not talked about, but black people in cults and stuff like that, like mainstream cults, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. But think about it. What time? Like
During the time,
the
the era, the time it was,
yeah, like
they were
we
trying
have
to
no
get.
hope here. They try to make a better life. Now your kids are dead. Like who wants to live? Like I wouldn't want to come back to the States. I mean, it's
Ooh, I
2001,
have a
barely
topic for our
hanging on.
next.
Any
We
final
asked some
questions?
questions. I don't know. These questions were kind of booty.
They were. We'll have to look at the real questions and see if they're any different.
Okay, well, that
Thanks
was
for
fun.
nothing, modern love.
Uh, okay. Bye.
Bye.